What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. How are you all doing out there this wonderful Tuesday evening, right before we kick in the new year for 2023? Got a couple of more videos for you talking about the best man, the final chapters. Want to thank all of you so much for being here. As you guys are coming on into the room, please, please, please give me that thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Let me know how you felt about the series, the first movie, the second movie, and this last 8-episode series on Peacock. Let me know how I'm looking. Let me know how I'm sounding. Let me know all of that good stuff. Your boy would really, 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 really appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and just start shouting some of you lovely people out. And we got Mr. Psionic, or that's so iconic. I always get that wrong. I'm so sorry. Good evening, everyone. I really enjoyed this series. A lot to talk about. Can't wait to discuss. I agree. Also got Zia Latrice in the building. What's going on, Zia? OG moderator in the building. I love the series. I love this series. Malcolm is a genius. A Jordan / Harper or Shelby / Q spinoff would be great, or would be good. Interesting that you say a Jordan and Harper spinoff will be great. I have so much to talk about that particular couple, and I can't wait to get into it. But thank you for being here, Z. I do appreciate it. Also have a welcome to the Now I Want a Season 2. The Best Man cast is by far the most talented and beautiful cast I've ever seen. Their chemistry is unmatched, and it makes you feel like you're part of the movie. I enjoyed it. I love to hear that. That's what's up. I guess I'm excited to talk about this even more. I also have Mara Sharice in the building, another OG moderator in the building. Thank you, Mara, for being here. Hey, hit the like button as you enter, y'all. Curtis 75 Black. The series was dope as hell. Loved every episode. That's what's up. That's what's up. Suburbia Jones. Boom. All right, all right, all right. Thumbs up. I love the energy. I love the energy. Cassandra in the building. Hey, Brandon, Marsh, Reese, and everybody in the chat. What's going on? What's going on? Tyra, hey, hey, hey. What's going on, man? What's going on? How you doing? Stephen Lawless in the building. What's up? What's up? How you doing? How you doing? Thank you for being here. Callo Zane, what's going on? Hey, 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 what's up? What's up? Who else we got in the building? Who else we got in here? Let's see. Let's see. Audio and video good. I love it. Olympia Horton. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. How are you doing? Thank you for being here. And Nikki B is in the building. We got Nikki B in the building. Von Joyner in the building. What's going on? What's going on? Aisha K. I love the series, but the second movie broke my heart. All right. Thank you for being here, Aisha K. I actually rewatched the second one today because I had some lingering questions, just trying to link everything up. But we're going to talk about it. Also have Lawrence Gerald. The Best Man Limited series was so good. It dealt with real life situations we deal with as Black people. Yes, yes, yes. Let's get into it. I'm really, really excited. I'm already loving you guys' commentary. So
finally, a worthy opponent. Our battle will be legendary.
All right, all right. Well, you guys know what that means right there. I have my lovely, lovely guests backstage, and they are coming on right now.
Because I can control the weather, they call me Storm. Storm, mistress of the elements. I summon the full power of the storm.
Yes, there she is, guys. It is Miss Tyra with Struggle Reviews TV. Hello, ma'am. How are you doing this evening?
Hey, Brandon. I'm so happy to be here. I missed you.
I missed you too. I missed you too.
I feel like I haven't been back here in like forever.
I know. Right before she was already here and something happened and she hopped back on. But right before we hit record, I was about to say that, like, Tyra, I missed you. And when's the last time we did a video? But I was like, nope, I'm gonna wait till we get on live for me to say that. And so I'm saying it now. But yeah, it's been a minute and I do miss you, ma'am. It's love. It's great to see your face like this. You know what I'm saying? So
nice.
Yes, yes, yes. But guys, if you did not know, this is Tyra right here. Lovely Miss Tyra with Struggle Reviews TV. If you love what we both have to say, you can follow us on social media. Her info is in the description box of this video. And like always, you can head over to my channel tab. She is right there, smack dab in the middle. This is what her channel looks like. And her channel is growing like crazy wildfire, guys. She just hit 10K, 11K, 12K now. She is about to hit 13K. With these old school retro reviews and the new, just a mix of the good, the old and the good, the old and the new. Dang, I can't get it out right. But anyway, she's about to hit 13,000 subscribers. So go ahead and subscribe to her channel if you have not already and show this young sister some love. But man, Tyra, let's get into this. The Best Man, the Final Champions. I can't wait. And so we normally, do ladies first over here. Also, guys, I want to let you know that this is going to be full spoilers. Okay. Well, I'm so excited. I'm rushing and stuff. let me slow my butt down real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to The Best Man, the Final Chapters review recap, episodes 1 through 8, live discussion. This is going to be full spoilers. Okay. We're going to spoil this series up, down, left, right, in and out. As if you've already seen it, you have been warned. All right. That is your warning. And if this also going to be an audio only version of this broadcast after the broadcast ends, either later tonight or tomorrow, an audio only version will be on all of these platforms right here, as well as SoundCloud. So there you go. There you go. There you go. But Tyra, as I was doing all the shout outs and all that good stuff, it seems like a lot of people are enjoying the show.
Yeah.
Like they're loving it. And that's good. I like to hear this. So I'm going to pass the mic to you. Let us know, like, I guess what your expectations were going in, how you felt about the show. Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? You somewhere between? Let us know how you felt, ma'am, overall.
I love the show. Like, my expectations were high because I knew that I was like Malcolm, like we're on a first name basis. I knew he was going to deliver. Like, he didn't disappoint when he came back with part 2 years later. It was still good. And then the cast comes together and they have all of this good chemistry. Everybody still looks like they're 30. Like, everybody looks amazing. Like, just their chemistry, they just all play off of each other so well. Like, I feel like it was executed really well to the point that I was like, so is this really the final chapter, or can we get like one more? Because I need some answers to a whole lot of stuff. Like,
yeah.
But this is it. But with I'm glad that he ended it this way. Like, I loved all of the show. Like, it wasn't anything. It was just so fleshed out. It was so good. I didn't want it to end, but I know you loved it.
Yes, I love. Well, did I love it? Because I had a couple of problems now. Because now I will say, I don't know if I want to say I loved it. I absolutely love the first 5.5 episodes. I thought was flawless. I was so ready. When I was watching this, I was just saying, this is so great. I was like, I need to go out of my way and be super duper proactive to try to interview Malcolm D. Lee, to try to interview Robert Townsend. You know, we remember him because he directed a few episodes as well. I was just so proud of this. And like one of the people in the chat was saying, like, it's so realistic and talks about what Black people go through. And I was like, yes, this is perfect. I mean, I can't wait to tell y'all the character I resonated with the most. But I really did love the first 5.5 episodes. But
I feel like I know who you resonated with the most for some reason.
It's probably really obvious, okay? But when we got to episode 6, when it got to the ending, I saw something coming. I was like, please don't do it. Please don't do it. And they tricked me. And I was like, okay, woo, man, dodge the bullet. They're not gonna go there. And then they went there. And ever since then, it didn't crash and burn. But I overall, I'm not gonna waste y'all's time. I did love the series overall. I am still slightly disappointed with the ending a little bit. It was so perfect, but the episode 7 and 8 got a little sloppy for me. You know, it didn't ruin the series, it didn't ruin the show, but I was a bit frustrated. Like, damn it, this was a dang near perfect show, perfect series, but it was still great. It just I guess some creative decisions overall kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but I still love it. I still loved it. One of the things I really do like about it, though, off top, is just the subtitle of this, the final chapters. I thought this was a great way to wrap things up. And we know the Best Man Holiday. When's the last time you seen that one?
Oh man, it's been a minute. I haven't I watch old movies all day. It's been a minute. Like I feel like it's been a few years, at least like 5 years since I've watched it. Okay.
Because when I was watching this new series, I was saying to myself, Brandy, you probably should have went, because I remember the first one like the back of my hand. You know, I've seen that 100 times. But the Best Man Holiday, originally I only saw it when it came out in 2013. I only saw it one time in theaters, and so I just was like, okay, Mia died, and
Harper
I remember
was trash.
Yeah, Harper was trash. Why was Harper trash?
Harper's always trash. Harper's always trash.
Zia is saying that in the chat as well. Why is Harper trash? Why Harper trash?
But Harper rolled up 50 years later with the same stuff. Like, come on now, that was trash. You know, the secrecy, the whole thing. Like, he grew, you know, then. But yeah, Harper will forever be trash. Like, Harper is not a good person.
Wow. Wow. This is we got to get into the details. We got to get into the trenches, because I got some other people that was trash. Like, for one character that surprised me, I thought Shelby was trash in the second movie, but I liked her in this.
I love Quentin and Shelby. That's my favorite relationship.
Oh, I was about to ask you, what was your favorite relationship? They're number 2 for me. They're my second favorite couple. My first favorite couple is Murch and Candace, with Regina Hall and the brother. I never can do a good job of pronouncing his name. Harold Perrineau. This gentleman right here. I'm so sorry, my brother. I tagged you on Instagram telling you about the show tonight, and I can't even get the pronunciation of your name correctly. But Shelby, she was one of my favorite. She's not the one that resonated with me the most, but she was she did a complete 180 for me, the way she turned things around, except for the first 2 episodes. She was trash at the first 2, Tyra. She was. She was. I mean, how you just gonna show up to the wedding, you know? And let me back up. One of the reasons why I had to rewatch the second one is because I kept asking myself, why are certain characters still here? It doesn't make any sense, especially when people are sleeping with friends and around. You would think that Sanaa Lathan's character Robyn would be upset with Jordan being there all the time. So it made sense why everybody was there in part 2, because Mia was dying. She wanted her last Christmas gift to have all of her friends from college. It made sense since Shelby was there, because they said that Mia and Shelby were line sisters. They played together, so that was part of the same sorority. And it made sense for Jordan to be there, Nia Long's character, because she's friends with Mia as well, and she's the godmother of her children. So that makes sense. And now Shelby is married to Quentin, so she's always going to be there. But that still did not necessarily. And Jordan, it makes sense to why she was there at the beginning of the first 2 episodes, because Q invited her to the wedding. But after that, I was still watching the series, saying to myself, why is Jordan still here in the mix?
Jordan's will always be there.
But why? Like, what relation?
Jordan is like honorary family. Like, even though she's not in the boys' clique, you know, she would never be invited to the poker game. But she is, like you said, she helped with the kids when Mia passed away, and she's been there from what we can see the entire time. And she's just like, she's a part of their clique. Like, they, you know, all these people went to college together. Like, they have all been together for years. She was there as, like, especially with the first movie, they were acting like Jordan was giving off, you know, that masculine energy. She's a lesbian. Like, she's honorary homie, but low key, she was there really in correlation with Harper. That was like low key her male best friend that was always they should have just been together. Like, I don't even know why we here, because Robyn should have left in the first movie and they should have just been together and just kept it at that. Like, I was like, y'all really kept this charade going for 20 plus years, acting like y'all didn't want each other this entire time. It was ridiculous. Like, I hated that part of the story. Like, it was too much for me.
I'm gonna say a majority of my commentary for that towards the end, but I will say I'm frustrated after all this time they still didn't have sex. You know, I didn't want this to be sloppy, but I'm just like, really, after all of this, y'all just nothing but just little kisses and stuff.
What is that? The damn fake out. I was like, so I was like that whole time, because Harper has always been like super messy. So I was like, Harper hid it and they keeping it a secret. I can't wait for shit to hit the fan.
I'm sorry. Keep going. My fault. Keep going.
You want Harper to be a good person so bad, don't you? He is not. Like, Harper is Harper. Harper is what I could say in this show. Like, I was really happy to see that above everything else, he was a good dad. But a husband, support, like, where? Like, Harper should have been with Jordan, and if they had any kids, you know, they're the power couple that leaves the kids with the nanny and go do what they need to do. Like, that was his mate and his match. But for whatever reason, he just mowed around the grass and married Robyn. Like, that just was never meant to be.
Man, I'm so glad I'm doing this with you right now, because all the Harper hate that I'm getting from you, that I'm getting in the trash, because you calling Harper trash. I feel that Robyn is trash. I'm pissed off. Yes,
Robyn could have.
I am Team Harper over here, man. Like, are you serious?
No, okay. I already know why you feel like Robyn is trash, because I did not agree with her taking that baby. Like,
hey, man, what
okay, all right, but
I was so pissed.
I did not agree with her separating the baby from Harper and going like, you going. She was like Ghana was around the corner.
Yes.
Like, we just moving to Ghana. Like, you can see her, you can come fly out. Like, that's not the same. I was so disappointed in that decision. And I was waiting. I was like, they're going to wait to the last minute for her to have a change of heart. And, you know, just because we're divorcing doesn't mean that I have to go this route. I have to consider both of her parents, even though I don't want to be with you anymore. I did not agree with her taking that baby and moving away to Ghana. But everything prior to that, I agree with all that.
oh man. Do we need to jump to the end?
Right?
Oh my God. I was so angry. Like, how you gonna just move to a different, not a different country, a different continent, man? We're taking 12-hour flights. Oh, let me calm down. Let me calm down.
We supposed to
Take a deep breath. Let's start at the beginning. This is so fun. But man, I forgot to look up the sister. We know her, man. What is Quentin's fiance's name that he walked away from? To where she did.
Nicole Ari Parker.
Yes, yeah. What is she from? I don't
From
stone me in the
everything.
comment. Yes,
fine.
yes, she is fine. She is fine. Now, I was saying I hated Shelby in part 2, and it's fresh on my mind too. She was petty as hell in part 2, but it was funny seeing her success. Well, not funny, but I was glad to see. Oh, excuse me, her success of being a real housewife, and she had this show. I was on the fence with the joke when the messy gossip outlet was like, Shelby, what's going on? Your boy Quentin is getting married, and are you upset? And she's like, we're just good. And they showed the clip of her hunting him down and beating him up in the office. I was laughing, but at the same time, I was like, this is toxic as hell. Like, you don't need to be doing stuff like this and promoting it. But I was so disappointed with her for her just showing up at the wedding like that and sleeping with the dude. Like, I was like, how disrespectful and low down, dirty dog, scandalous can you be? I was just like, you are disgusting, ma'am. And it was a power move, right? So when your girl Nicole Ari Parker knew that she slept with Quentin and called her out, and they're like, oh, you slept with my man and took the power back. I was off her like, yes, rub it in the face, ha ha. That's what you get. And then they bought her a plane ticket saying that she got to get out of here, and she checked her at the pool. Just like, I was like, this is perfect. I was like, yes. I was just like, I just would love to see you crying on your way to the airport. Like, oh, because that's horrible. She deserved it. But I get you disagree. How you feel about all that?
No, I don't disagree. Quentin never wanted to marry that woman. He never wanted to marry her. The whole when the show started and they said that Harper was gonna, I was like, who would ever walking in life make Harper their best man? Like, never. And Quentin always seemed closer to Murch. So I was like, this just makes absolutely no sense. But he already knew the type of best man, like, he picked Harper just so he would mess it up. Murch was gonna be devoted, do everything, make sure he got him down the aisle. Like, no, I don't really want to marry her. Like, he was trying to self-sabotage that whole situation. But the fact that they had to go through all of that just to get together, was like, that the whole thing, like the charade and stuff in the airport, the show, I was like, this is so toxic. But I was so happy to finally see them get together. But the way that they went about it, and just I was glad to see that they pulled Shelby's character back. I went to watch the first movie. I don't know why I didn't go watch Best Man's Holiday. But in the first one, Shelby was Shelby, but she was still like a strong woman to me. I would never see her giving pick me energy. Like, hey, like you, like, girl, like I'm glad that they reeled her in and got her back to the strong, Shelby that we know her to be, instead of, housewife, reality TV Shelby. Like, I love that. It's funny, but yeah, but I'm not gonna act like I wasn't laughing when she did, the dance and I Want to Freak You and the Jodeci came on. I thought that was hilarious.
It was. Shout out to Natalie 2017 for the $1.99 super chat. Yes! Tyra is the perfect person to review. Yes, she is. Like I said, I stumbled upon her one day and I was like, you know what I'm saying? I need to hit her up, see if we can link up or something like that. So, Natalie, thank you so much for the super chat. Excuse me, I really do appreciate it.
Let's see.
But yeah, you're right about that. The dance was quite nice. It was hilarious. She was really trying, and just a big moment of desperation, coming from her, which was unexpected. But she was really humble. I like that. That was pretty nice. That was pretty nice.
Those first 2 episodes, like I was concerned. Like, the first 2 episodes of the show were not my favorite. It didn't quite feel like the best man yet to me, just the energy. I don't know if it was just with them on this island, but when we opened and they were still talking about the fact that Candace was a stripper, I was like, oh, when are we gonna let that go?
Right.
Like, you know, those are just things that I just don't really care to revisit. But where they took the characters and the journey that we went on with them, I thought it was executed so well. But the first 2 episodes, it was, you know, they were going on like the little, not even an acid trip. I don't know what they took, the drinking, you know, the potions.
Right.
What I was disappointed with was Morris Chestnut, not him, you know, returning to his form of being a hoe. That was, you know, he returned, you know, hey, I'm trying to find myself out here in these streets. I'm hitting everything that moves.
Right.
But
Man.
I thought it was a missed opportunity with the hotel hostess. I think her name was Jasmine.
Yes.
I thought that they were going to link up immediately and we would go on a journey with him trying to figure out how to, you know, some people widow really early and then you have to remarry and get your kids adjusted yourself and you have to deal with, you know, me as a woman and I'm never going to be able to fill Mia's shoes because he just loves Mia so much. Or I thought we were going to go there with, she was just kind of thrown into me. That's one of the aspects that I was a little disappointed with. I thought we were going to go on a whole journey of him as a divorcee and he trying to, you know, regroup and build and fall in love again. But it was kind of secondary. It was a little B plot.
Yeah, that was a bummer. Because I was looking forward to seeing a bit of that as well. Her name is Yvonne Pearson.
Yes.
Yeah, she was in 4 episodes. The woman is gorgeous. Goodness gracious. I like that. It was so nice. I mean, he was going on trying to meet her to jog, and she was like, I'm engaged, and he was like, damn, like I didn't realize that at all. Why don't you have a ring on your finger so I'm not looking stupid over here, you know? But they had a lot of great chemistry as well. But like you said, there was a wasted opportunity. And your boy here, I can't blame him. You know, he was trying to cope the best he can, but man, he was knocking down everything.
Lance was doing the most.
He really was. I felt sorry for him. And I like how things picked up, you know, because literally at the end of the second movie, it was the funeral. Then the next scene is, you know, what is her name? Sanaa Lathan is giving birth, and then, you know, Murch says, hey, I'm getting married, and then it's, you know, the credits or whatever. And so that ended in 2013. You know, this picked up. I'm trying to see how
Murch and Candace was your favorite couple. That's like really just on my neck. Like, where?
Well, I think it was the most genuine, and the cutest. Like, it definitely wasn't Harper. It definitely wasn't Harper and Robyn.
Wait, no. Before we go any further, like, did you for like all of 2 seconds on the island? I thought Robyn was gonna try to give it to the lady that she met walking on the island. I thought she was gonna sleep with that woman. I swear to God.
Man, I didn't. I see where you're going with that. I see where you're going with that.
But sleep with that woman. They spent all this time. Like, it was feeling a little flirtatious to me. I was like, she about to have a whole like sexual escapade with this. She was giving that lady a whole lot of cheeks. Like, hey, I'm so happy to see you. Like, girl, relax.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I'm glad that didn't happen. But you know, I guess that's where she, you know, started finding her roots, and you know, that's what got her called a fake ass kunta kinte.
That was funny.
Towards the end of the series, that was, and Candace didn't like that motherfucker snapping in his face and all that. How did you feel about Jordan in these first 2 episodes? You know, her still single, no shade, but you know, still single, and the photographer, he was kind of creepy to me. I don't want to say creep, but a little forward.
What was that? That served no purpose. Like, I just knew that he was gonna come up again. Like, it was like, you know, I'll come to New York from time to time. Maybe we can link up. I thought that was gonna be her love interest, but he was just there to be Mr. Chocolate, and then we never saw him again. But her just being that, you know, working woman, like, she can't even take 5 minutes away from her phone. I loved her storyline outside Harper. I loved her her storyline of showing, you know, how that really weighs on you as a woman. Eventually, you know, it gets to be just too much. Like, she was doing a lot. Like, we saw it in the first 2 films, but here it was like she was just wearing herself down to accomplish what she feels like. I'm like, when is enough? Like, I feel like you're accomplished as hell, but in her mind, she just feels like she can always do and achieve more, to the point that she can't even relax, have a good time, go get fucked. Girl, relax. Like, you on the beach.
Yeah. And we definitely, I definitely have some commentary about her ex-fling Demetrius, who we never met before. Was that his name? He wasn't in
Yeah.
part 2 or in part 1. She
Brain
was
care.
she was dating Brian McDonald, the white guy.
Oh, they let him go
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah, they didn't break up in part 2, you know, and it was
Mhm.
funny when Tay Diggs was like, "Oh yes, I like to date chocolate girls," and you know, making fun of them or whatever. So, I don't know, man. Like, do you actually like Jordan though? Let me ask you that. Just as a character.
I
The
like
way
Jordan. I like her drive. I feel like she oversteps, but you know, you have to engage. The other person has to. Harper had to engage with her for her to overstep, but they were taking that element of them having history, and it was just too much. I had noticed from like Best Man Holiday even to this one, he confides in her with certain things before he talks to Robyn. And I'm like, I'm your wife. Like, what's going on there? But just she was too comfortable. Like, what was or whatever, that was it. Up right at the moment that he got married, whatever y'all thought y'all had, you supposed to push that to the side.
Yeah.
But I'm like, we shouldn't expect anything from her anyway, because this is the same woman from the first movie who wanted to sleep with him the day before his girlfriend was supposed to arrive, that became his wife. So there was never any loyalty on that point. But she just feels so freaking disrespectful to me. I'm like, girl, like, pipe down. Like, you could have all of these men, like, everybody's approaching you, you know, trying to check you. It's just like, it's not clicking. But as soon as you see Harper's bald head, oh, you got all the time in the world. Like, this is not your man.
Their relationship is very inappropriate to me. I am shocked that Robyn hasn't shut that down a long time ago, because it was even awkward in the second movie.
Yeah, but you know they made her feel like she was being insecure for feeling like there was more, like, y'all still got something going on. It was like they gaslit her to feel like you're doing too much. We are just friends, and it's nothing more. It's more than that. But the series confirmed that it was always something.
Yeah, and just, I mean, look, like you said, I you know, she tried to sleep with Harper right before he got married. I am not suggesting that if you are out there engaged, about to get married, and there's that one last person that got away that you didn't get to knock down, he's like, damn it, I don't want to, you know, this chip on my shoulder for the rest of my life. Let me just go ahead and knock this off real quick. I'm not suggesting people do that. No, that is cheating. However, looking at the whole story decades later with this series, I wish they would have slept together, you know, because I wonder if Robyn and Harper would still be together. I still feel like the decision was made. Well, I'll wait, but I can't wait to talk about that part. But Jordan, Jordan is she rubs me the wrong way. She does, just some of her creative not creative decisions.
Crazy.
But
she's such a strong, like, wonderful woman in all of these other aspects, but when it comes to man, like, we willing to be grimy. Like, she was so judgmental of the little Demetrius dude. Like, her shit didn't stink. Like, oh, how dare you work at this job? Like, girl, when were you clean? Like, what are you talking about? But Jordan is great in other ways, but as far as boundaries and playing her role as she should as a friend, absolutely not.
Gotcha. How do you feel about Q breaking the news to his fiance? You know, like, man, that's just messed up. She did the whole wait and exhale and burnt down the whole house.
Funny.
I was not expecting that.
That was it. Just wasn't gonna work. Like, everybody noticed, like, this isn't cute. Like, who is this sage burning hotep person in our face? Like, you're not being yourself. Like, what is going on? Like, what you mean you don't, you know, smoke weed or the edibles? Like, he was, which I was like, you guys, everybody's just so damn wealthy in this series. It was so much money being thrown around. I was like, man, it was lavish. But the whole marrying her to benefit the family business, or it was mostly to appeal to his father. And, you know, because I know from that first the first best man, Quentin was a little bit all over the place, having multiple jobs, never really settling. And now he's at the point like, okay, I'm at a certain age, I'm willing to, you know, take more part in the family business, and we're getting the cue now. But this was all going to be for his dad, and you were just going to marry somebody that you didn't want to be with. Like, if Harper didn't step, like, the fact that he's still at all of their big ages, you still needed Harper and Shelby to step in to, you know, not do something that you wanted to do. But I'm glad that they ended up together. But it was like, dang, y'all really, because he was like, yeah, I'm just tired of her popping up. Like, she gone? Like, she like gone, or
right.
Like, oh, let's go get her. Like, it shouldn't have went that far, but it was, you know, it was a nice scene.
It was, and we found out that the baby Kennedy is his this whole time.
Oh,
You
the
know,
trash.
man,
It's trash.
man. I was shocked by that right there. You know, because she calling Q on the phone talking about Uncle Quentin. And I forgot exactly how she said it, but she's like, "That's your daddy," or "You are the daddy." I was like, "What?"
Trash. Just threw that out there like it was old bread. Like, girl.
Right? What are you doing, man? What are you doing, Shelby? What are you doing?
I think it was to show just how scared she's been this, because their whole thing was like, you've never been real with me or anything. We've always just been sex, but how did that turn into, I'm not going to tell you you have a daughter? Like, that's crazy for her to hold that in this entire time, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. I thought we were gonna, things were great, but I thought we were going to get a little bit more into not speeding over, but just Quentin trying to figure out, like, I have a daughter, like, what, how does that look, or just build their relationship. But we kind of jump into them already being older and teenagers, and just kind of skip that. We revert to it, and we kind of have an arc with, like, are you gonna call me dad, are you gonna show me some respect? But it would have been nice just to see, like, I've missed 10 years of your life, now I found out, like, you've been telling me this is my Uncle Quentin this whole time. Like, what kind of bullshit is that? That was terrible.
Yeah. They could have fleshed that out a little bit more. Now that I think about it, it didn't really bother me at the time that I was watching it, but I was mad at Shelby for that. I really was. That's just not okay, in my opinion. Like, why would you do that? I mean, it fits within her character, but in general, I'm just like, that's just no bueno right there. You gotta communicate. Can't you have who did she think? I mean, the little girl was growing up not knowing who her daddy was. And of course she had questions. Why don't I have a daddy? I'm assuming. I think that's realistic.
Yeah.
That she's asking those questions, but that's quite sad. However, I fell in love with her right after that. I don't know why. She just calmed down, and I mean, she was still herself.
She's a good wife.
Yeah, she really was. One afternoon quickies and all that in the hotel.
Fun wife. Hey.
Yeah. That's she was. I liked her. Like you said, that was your favorite couple, but
they were fun. They were so open and honest with each other. Like, even when like, it was, everybody was kind of putting up a facade, and that goes for Harper and Robyn, and even Murch, and at one point, like, everybody's just acting like things are okay when they say stuff to each other. It's disrespectful at times and ugly, but they are honest with each other. And when they're not, when they're great, they're great. They're laughing, they're fun. We having sex everywhere. Sign me up. I'm here.
Right. But I don't know. Candance and Murch were just my favorite couple. I don't know. I just love their family dynamic. I like that one daughter was dealing with anxiety. That was kind of interesting how it led her into her medical studies, for her dissertation. Yeah. But the acting from little girl was kind of weird at times to me. I hate to pick on child actors, but I have to be honest. But I just liked that relationship from the way it started. I liked that everything was consistent with Murch as well. I'll talk about how I resonated with him a little in just a moment. But they met on an intellectual level. It wasn't just because he was turned on, because she was, dancing on him, rubbing her booty on him and stuff. And so that continued on throughout this series. Their academics, because that really wasn't shined upon in part 2, but they picked it up in this. And so I just really liked it. I mean, while Shelby and Quentin was fun, Candace and Murch's relationship just kind of felt more realistic to me. I guess I was just able to relate to them more. I don't know. I would marry Candace more over Shelby, me personally. So maybe that's just why I liked it more, and I'm able, because I don't relate to Q at all. I mean, he's a funny, cute, cool character.
I think I missed it because I was waiting on Candace to, like, I was like, can nobody see that Murch is having a whole midlife crisis? Like, like he was just going so unnoticed, and I couldn't see myself as she was so happy to, get to her dissertation and the whole the herbs and the alternatives, but it was like, you are ignoring your husband. Like, Murch was losing himself for a minute.
Yeah, he was a good dad too. And after episode 2 ended, that's where we got the time jump from 2000. It started in 2024 with Harper monologuing or narrating with his current situation, his midlife crisis, trying to figure everything out. goes back to 2015. So we get the recap of everything after part 2, holiday movie. And at first I was loving, I was like, okay, the best man, the final chapters. It's 8 episodes. We got all these characters. The first 2 episodes just a follow-up. And so they're gonna show characters like for like 2017, 18, 19. Like each episode is going to be a new year. And I was going in thinking it was going to be like that. I was like, cool. But at the very beginning of episode 3, how there was just a large montage of them jumping forward in time. I was like, no, what are you doing? We're missing everything. Slow down. Why are y'all doing it like this? But it ended up working out very well. And I did like that. One question I do want to ask you, how did you feel about Murch and the way he stood up to or maybe he didn't stand up? I want to know how you feel about it. So the cops and the Karen, when they were trying to get the taxi and the little dog hopped into the car with him. How'd you feel about that?
Oh, that pissed me off. That pissed me off. So like Murch don't do nothing. Like, girl. Right. But it was I liked how Malcolm wrote in like more contemporary things that are going on now to just happen with our characters, especially with Murch, because Murch was pissed off. But just I liked it. I was with Quentin, like we should have stepped on. We could have threw that dog. Like I would have killed the dog. But Murch is, giving that realistic outlook of, me as a Black man. If I do decide to turn up and be reactive, who is going to feel, the blunt force of that? Not only that, but I'm standing here with my 2 daughters. Like I wouldn't, want to put them in a situation to be unsafe. And just the whole scenario he's going on where he's kind of getting into the now, because he is like dealing with this, like this is sitting on Murch's shoulders. Meanwhile, he's like, baby girls, y'all need some counseling. Y'all need to talk. Like this every day. Like what, we're desensitized to that. Like it's nothing. He's like, wow, things are really changing, and this woman can do that, and I am penalized for it. When he rolled up on her with the Arthur fist, I thought. And we got like all of those different scenarios. Well, if I do this is going to be, the outcome. I thought it was great. I loved how and it was still funny. It was serious, but it was funny at the same time. And I was trying to like, is this a real one? Like, I was like, no, it's not. It's not real. It's not actually happening. But just him just finding himself. Like I was wondering what they were going to do with Murch's character, because for so long they have framed him as the soft one. Oh, he's the sensitive one, and they're finding laughter in it, and he's kind of like low key the entire time been feeling emasculated. Like this has bothered me for years, and I have been sitting on it. And even now at our big ages, you guys still don't respect me. Like I don't want to be the butt of every joke. So just him going on his journey and finding himself, I like that. I thought the boxing, I was like, this is a choice, but like not only just boxing, like you're a whole, like I thought we were just gonna see him channel, like let me channel my energy, and like no, Murch becomes a whole
MMA fighter.
I was like, this is the choice. Okay, cool. But I like the journey that we went on with Murch.
Yes, 100%. Only thing I don't like is the way they finished it off. Like the way they wrapped up all the stories was whack, damn near. You know what I'm saying? Like it was so good, but y'all just said, let me hurry up and put a period right here. But going back, yes, his interaction with the Karen, with the cops, I thought that was perfect, because I would make the assumption that he would be like, okay, we'll just go get another cab then. And then his daughters are looking at him some type of way, like, Daddy, why don't you stand up for himself? But to me, he stood his ground, like, no, this is ridiculous. He didn't want to give up. He pushed back about 3 or 4 times. And I was laying down on my couch, but when he kept standing up for himself, I sat up like, yeah, Murch, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't leave. This is your cab. You was there first. Your daughter's in the car. You know what I'm saying? Like all of it. I was very, very happy with I was saying to myself, could he have done more? Like just got irate? No, that wouldn't have. He did pretty much 98% things right in that situation, 99.9.
See that montage? Like all we need is a few white woman tears, and my life is over.
Right. And so that was funny, and that was just a lesson. Like, man, you got to pick your battles. It's like I can say something to this white woman, but what is it gonna do? Nothing. It's gonna get my ass beat, and then my wife is gonna have to come pick me up out of jail, and my daughter already got anxiety. You know what I'm saying? And so excuse me, I love that. But yeah, Murch, I resonated with him the most because he was like, I don't want to be nobody's court jester. And that was me as well. Like, you don't want to be the butt of, I was there with him. Like, no, I'm not the running joke. You're not going to make fun of me, talk about me. Him building up all that frustration. Says, sometimes I just want to roar. Like the way he said that, excuse me.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, Murch. Yeah. I love it. 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 But something else I want to talk about, going back to Harper and Robyn. I always get Robyn and Jordan mixed up. Yeah. No. Hold on. Yeah, Robyn and Harper and Robyn. So the book that he wrote in the first one, Unfinished Business, where his dumbass wanted to put in there that he slept with, Mia, and they want to make a movie out of it. And what's interesting to me, and the start of the fall of their relationship, he didn't want to do it. But his wife pushed him to do it, didn't she? Or am I remembering that incorrectly? Because he was like, yeah, I don't want to. He was trying to get away from that. He was trying to do other stuff, but she was like, no, this is what you're good at. This is what the people want. But she didn't encourage him to pursue that and to get the blessing from everybody about the movie?
But Harper's a narcissist. It's like, oh, I shouldn't do the movie. I shouldn't continue with this, should I? Like, okay. I don't know. Harper makes me itch. Like
the point I'm trying to get at is I am really disappointed that they got a divorce. I thought, of course, all relationships are not perfect. Marriage is a really hard thing. And I thought I was really proud of the steps that they were taking throughout the series, throughout each episode to make the marriage work. Wow. Now, his character was absent for a good 2 or 3 episodes total, like episodes 4 through 6 or something like that. So that was weird, but I like the way that he was going to Robyn, just like, hey, this is what my publicist is saying. Hey, I want to include you. What should I do? And that was great. And she's the one that encouraged him to pursue the book deal movie. Go ahead.
That's that thing of that give and take that Robyn wasn't giving. Like, I'm always here if you want to do something. We saw that from the very first movie. She's always been the, encouraging and, oh baby, that's so great. Let me, your book. And even when you pretty much wanted to cheat on me, I still stayed here to help you and support you. I've been supporting you all the way through, even with their financial troubles and, that second film, and just the whole support. She said the same thing in the second film. Like, don't, wait. You need to tell them about you wanting to do this other book. Don't let it, be an incident like last time. Like, that's the trouble with their marriage. She's always been there to lift him up and support him, but he's never done that for her. Like, it's always been just about Harper.
I'm gonna get there because I got to push back. But my thing is, he got busy. It was successful. You can't get mad at him for that when you the one that pushed him to do it. He didn't want to do it. Baby, I want you to pursue this. He pursues it and it gets successful, and that takes up his time. And now you're mad at him because it's taking up his time.
I think he wanted to do it. Like, if he didn't want to do it when the agent mentioned it, it would have been a flat out no. Like, he was, kind of in between and iffy. Like, he wanted confirmations. I think he always wanted to do it. He just didn't want to deal with the backlash of what if Lance is upset about, rehatching this whole thing. Like, that was his main focus. Like, I'm not trying to get punched in the face and held over a balcony again. That's what he was worried about. I don't think it was just like, I want to move on and do more, because Harper, as well as Jordan, they've always been strictly about success and money. Like, that's all they've ever really cared about: success, money, and status. So if this is, going to perform and just do all great, he's for it. Like, he's always been for that. Like, he wasn't worried about, like, oh, I don't want to do this. Like, I don't want to get my ass whipped again. That's what he was worried about.
Okay. Now, I do agree with you. I don't necessarily want to put trash over his head, that label, but I do agree with Robyn as far as saying, like, bro, why can't we just be happy? Like, why are you always chasing success? We're married, we got money, we got success, we got, nice neighborhood. I'm doing my thing over here with the cooking and the food prepping and all that. And he would just go and wanting, like, I don't understand, me personally. it's like if we're buying a house, and I say this, I'm not in a relationship, I'm not married right now, but if we're buying a house, you know, I'm not gonna feel comfortable buying the house unless my wife is comfortable buying the house. If we're going to church, I'm gonna let my wife choose the church. You know what I'm saying? That's just me personally, how I am. And so yeah, I feel her as far as that's concerned, but I was a little bit frustrated, like he was trying to push this house on her that she didn't want to get. It was really expensive, and he was talking about the bonus and you know all of that he was going to get if he did the deal. So I do agree with you there, or everybody there, as far as them not liking Harper, because you know, like your wife is happy, like she's content. You know, like that's that's what you're supposed to want, not just some spouse that's like gimme, 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 gimme. She chilling. So you know, he was tripping there, but I think he was listening though. I want to give him credit because I forgot exactly what happened because it's kind of hard to go like you know plot by plot in the whole 8-episode series, but something and y'all can help me out in the chat. Something happened to where he pulled out his pen and paper and he wrote down his thoughts. Like he writes down everything, his deepest dark secrets, and she saw that and read it and realized that okay, he's not doing this for me. I mean, for himself, for status. You know, he's really looking out for the best of the family, and then that is what like okay, hey, we can move into the house. First of all, I love the realistic the problem they was having in the relationship.
I think I know what you're talking about. She had like a flashback. I took that totally different. I think she perceived it as that, but I felt like what he had on paper, was that not about Jordan?
Towards the end. Well, yeah, because at the beginning an episode, it was in episode 3 or 4. He wrote something down on a piece of paper, and it was expressing just his love for her and the family and all of what he wanted to do.
Him wanting to be a provider or something like that. Okay.
Now at the end of the series, yes, his dumb ass did write down like New Year's Eve, I kissed Jordan on the mouth, and then it cut to them. I'm just like, you idiot.
He just was never satisfied. I think that's not to Robyn kind of dug herself in her own little hole and created this resentment within herself because she was always saying yes. Like she didn't, she gave a little pushback, but when it came to it, she just was super agreeable and supportive to a fault to where he just felt like, oh wait, it's not about me. Like, girl, why you don't like, he just wasn't understanding because for years now you have always went along and, oh babe, I just want to support you. But at times when you feel strongly about stuff, you should have said no. And she didn't. And she just grew like really freaking upset over the years.
Yeah. You ladies, we can't have that right there. We got to communicate. I don't mean to just point fingers at child because, Harper is wrong too in some cases, which brings us to the therapy session, which I really did like as well. Yes. I was team Harper during this session. She was bit no shade towards Robyn. But even though I just don't be doing therapy like that, I do encourage it. But I liked it. It was nice. They was having problems. Even now, I forgot where it was, what scene came first, but there was at some party at night in some hotel, and Robyn was on the balcony, and Lance saw her crying or being distraught or upset, and Lance texts Harper, "Hey, you need to do whatever you got to do." This made it worse. Do whatever you got to do. Your wife needs you. So I can't remember if the therapy session came before that or afterwards.
No, that was afterwards.
Okay, the therapy session came afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay, but I liked the therapy session. But Harper was expressing the way he felt, and he was like, "Hey, I just feel like this. I'm being blindsided right here. I don't know where all this is coming from."
Because she said yes this whole time. Like everything's just been okay.
Robyn, like, oh my God, see, he's being so defensive. And then the therapist teamed up with Harper, like, hey, he didn't know how you felt. Have you verbalized this? And she's like, well, I guess I do keep my thoughts on the inside. I'm like, see, it's all your fault, right?
No. And that's when we had that like ultimate moment of, you know what? I have been closed off and I haven't, do what I need to do for years. And it's just like, well, let me express more. And that's when she got into, hey, we can compromise. And then that's when it looked like there was like a little ray of hope in their relationship. Like, oh, they're compromising. I can go to your event as well as yours. And it's just like, oh, the therapy's working. We're growing. And then immediately Harper's right back to Harper.
How? What do you mean?
he was just like, you know what, hey, at this point, this is like after this movie, like this we chilling type thing. And you know, like this is your moment, like for us to do something that you want to do, be about. Because I think that was at the point that she wanted to purchase the old jazz club or something like that and renovate it, and it was missed. He didn't put it down. It's like, I didn't know that you were serious. She's like, well, how, like when I say something, I am serious. I believe and invest in you, and I'm here for you. I needed you to be here for me in that moment, and you weren't. It's just like, okay, you know what? Done with my stuff. We went to this premiere. It's over. And then immediately, it's like, how much is too much? Just because, your agent calls and puts the opportunity on the table doesn't mean right away we have to say. Harper never said no to any opportunities. Like every single opportunity that you are saying yes to is time away from me, time away from your daughter. And you see what happened when she was alone. Like, oh, she was having company and stuff. Dude was coming by, looking at the thermostat, dropping off meters, smiling. Yeah. She flirting all at I was going to say the bodega where she was.
I was just about to talk about that next.
Produce man, this is leaving opportunity. I thought for all of 2 seconds she was gonna sleep with this man. They were spending like a little too much time together, in my opinion.
They were. She trashed for that. She trashed for that.
Like, regardless of this, even though she clearly felt temptation, I am, faithful, and I'm sticking with my husband, even though he is not here. But you know what? That's over. We went to therapy. We compromised. He is going to be here for me now. Right now, all I want to do, like, at this point, we were just visiting Ghana. We weren't, we were going for a business affair, and we were going to come back with our daughter. But he said no. Like, well, he was already, it turned into, I'm just going to be a couple of weeks. I'll meet you down there too. So do I really have to go? Because I got stuff going on. Like,
yeah, that was in poor taste. I didn't like his energy doing that scene right there. Von Jordan, hold on, I got to show you a comment. They blocking it, but I think it's funny. Talking about Robyn panties wet. They were dripping.
She was watching that man smile like Gloria, waiting to exhale, like she was doing the most at that little booth.
That was too much. That was too much. I forgot about the spot that he didn't put the down payment on or something like that. So he was wrong there. However, they did compromise for the premiere. Like, okay, it's I'll go and I'll do the red carpet. We go to the event. I'll take some pictures, but then I got to bounce to my thing.
You see how delayed it was, though? You see how long it took Harper to go? You know what? I can be supportive too.
No. Wait a minute. He showed up though. So I was like, yes, he is learning. He is realizing the error in his ways, but it ain't good enough. It ain't good enough. Now we could say that the kiss that he gave Jordan was the icing on the cake, but I feel that was just stupid. I don't know why you put that in there, Malcolm. I still love you, but I feel like I'm spitting everywhere. I feel like the decision was already made before that. Am I wrong? Am I right? Am I right? Am I wrong?
Hold on, which decision?
To leave Harper.
Let's
pretend that he didn't kiss Jordan. I mean, he didn't kiss Jordan. I feel like she still would have left, and I feel like the decision was already made.
Jordan was like the cherry on top. Their marriage was already broken, even without Jordan. So yeah, she was on her way out without that. Like, that's why I just feel like she was so used to giving that she couldn't even revel in her moment. Like, when you say he tried, he was like, you know what? No, I'm going to stay here and support you. And they're just like, oh no, she's just been giving to him so much. Oh no, just go and be with your friends. This is your night, at which he ends up with Jordan. Like, no, he should have kept his ass there and been there with you in that moment. But she just wasn't like, I'm not accustomed to this. I'm just happy you showed your face, baby. Like, no, stay your ass here.
Man, I it's just so disappointing. I can't remember where I saw this. I don't know if it was Mara, if it was you, if it was Zia, if it was somebody, but somebody was like, Jordan and Harper didn't have chemistry in the first place. And I thought about it, and I was like, they really didn't. You thought so? Who
said that?
I don't know. I saw it somewhere in the comment section.
They are two sides of the same coin. Like, they have more in common than anybody who's actually married in the show. Like, it's crazy that they just kept missing each other, and they've been putting on this act for years, because that's what it's been. they are both motivated just by work, all the business, like climbing that ladder. They've always just from the beginning just been about money and success and achievements. That's what they bond over. Most of the time when they talk, they are talking about business and, you know, but unlike Robyn, you know, Robyn is, you know, just I don't know business at the table. Let's just talk about us right now, like family, your daughter, like let's go on a vacation. Harper never cuts it off. So he feels like Jordan is the perfect person for him to confide in. That's why their relationship is so strong, because they have the same brain.
Now, so are you happy they split up or are you upset?
Robyn and Harper?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that shit needs to be deaded. That was done.
Oh man. I guess I just said it because
I never believed they should be together, B. So
when they have good moments is great. But looking over all three, the two movies in the show, they show more of them at odds with each other than in agreement. I wonder why. That's interesting. I'm just really frustrated that they split up. I mean, yes, Harper had his problems, but in my lens, I feel that he wasn't perfect, no. But I feel he was trying. Yeah, he did cheat. You know, that is a reason to split up. I can't ignore that. That is a big deal. But I just feel like that was bad writing anyway, you know, in the first place.
So many excuses, B. You really like Harper.
I mean, I don't even want to say I really like Harper. I just don't agree. I just disagree with the divorce. That's just,
you
it
want
just
them
really
to stay together and be I hate how it ended. I wish that it could have been amicable, just to say I thought they were going to end it like, you know what, I always knew it wasn't me. I always knew it was Jordan. I was just fooling myself all of these years to think that, you know, this is what it was and we have our daughter, but we have never, like, they're just so opposite. And not, you know, that everybody has to be perfect or be the same just to have a happy marriage, but they were just like they never gelled to me. Him and Jordan sitting across the table talking to each other has more chemistry than him going down on his wife in the resort. Like they match. Like, you see how much Harper was lighting up just like, oh, it's Jordan. Like, he ain't look at Robyn like that.
I'm sorry, I keep getting Jordan and Robyn mixed up. Like, so if I'm making weird faces over here, please excuse me. I'm like, why is he looking like that? I don't know. I just wish that Robyn and Harper were still together, but you know, it's just
she shouldn't have took that baby. But absolutely, that like broke my heart with the baby crying. Like, he just come with us. Like, just don't take me away from my daddy. She was like,
so childish to me. Yeah,
that was terrible. That was terrible.
I mean, look, I don't believe in divorce, but if it's necessary, you have to do it. Just give us a good reason, and I just don't feel like that reason was fleshed out. And this one right here. Okay, now. I'm just still frustrated about that. Going back to her weed man or whatever, talking about Robyn, the dude she was lusting over. Yeah. I'm mad at Jordan as well, because I feel she was encouraging it, the flirtation. Yeah, like, I don't know. I, as a friend, I kind of wanted her to be like, wait a minute now, why are you giving him all googly eyes?
Oh, you talking about Candace?
No, I'm talking about Jordan.
She was flirting with the weed man?
No. I'm teasing, calling him the weed man.
Oh.
Robyn, Sanaa's character. She had the black dude that she was lusting over.
Yes, the produce guy.
Right, the produce guy. When they met him at the market, Jordan was there.
No, that was Candace.
That was Candace?
Yes.
That's okay, excuse me. My fault. My bad.
You think she would hang out with Jordan alone?
Right. I'm tripping. My fault. My bad. Candace was encouraging it, in my opinion. I didn't like that. I thought that was
she said something. She was like, you know, this is I see you, like, you looking a little too extra, like, this is cute or whatever, but don't let this get, you know, beyond your marriage. Like, stop yourself before this goes too far. You're doing too much. Like, she did, you know, she ain't shut it down. Like, oh, this is wrong. She was standing there cheesing next to her, but, you know, hey.
Okay, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I said that was Jordan. Yeah, they would because I said that at the beginning of this recap, like, you know, their relationship was just
I was
weird.
So upset with Candace's hair the entire show. Like, what? They did everybody else's hair looked fabulous. I was like, why did they sit that shit on her head? Like,
I saw some comments earlier too about the wig.
Like, why would y'all sit that? Like, this is from
It looks great too, by the way. Yeah, you killing it over there. You killing it. You killing it. I don't know. I don't know. How did you feel about her? And her experimentation with the holistic approach and the weed and the marijuana and all that. How did you feel about it?
I thought that was so different. I would never see her character going in that direction. I thought that we were just going to focus on them, maintaining their school and, preoccupying the business as a couple. But her just kind of going left and just, I guess it's agreeable with her character because for so long she was just, oh, you're the lucky one. You just so happened to, get merch, but you were a stripper, you were this. And that was just, her kind of they were trying to like tie her into attaching herself, and she felt that too. Like, I'm just attached myself to Murch and his business endeavors as his wife. We're doing this together, but this isn't all Candace. So this was her opportunity to find something that was all her. But I thought it was interesting, and like they did a whole lot with Candace's character. They did a whole lot. She went on a big journey, and the whole thing with the sexual assault, like it was a whole situation. But I thought that was different in the approaches. But it was nice to see. But I was glad that it was some pushback, and people were like what? Like, it's gonna take time for people to get adjusted. Like, you're not gonna say, she was just so gung ho, like, take these herbs, chew this, like, hold on, like, but it was nice. I like that because it's like people are so eager to, something chemically made. You're more than willing to take that or give that to your children. But when I offer you something a little bit more natural that may have the same results and be, a positive thing for the inner body of the child or just you as a person, everybody on campus is giving me this pushback. But I loved it. But I was like, even though you're focused and it's about Candace, make sure you're looking over there at Murch because Murch breaking down.
Yeah, I was. I was also really frustrated with her colleague at the school that dismissed her. Didn't even give her a chance to explain herself.
Yeah.
Like, why am I hearing that, you just, hey, you can just, if you're going through a little stress, just, don't say no, take the drugs. I was like, goodness gracious. Like, can you like listen to what she has to say?
Yeah.
So that was a bit frustrating to me, but I do like her whole arc. I thought it was so cute where Murch and her were at the party. And he was like, just for tonight, fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids.
That was hilarious. I got a good laugh out of that. And they went to the moon, man. Dancing
multiple times. Yeah, with so many edibles in the show.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, it was. At the beginning, he had the whole a bag of suckers and candy or whatever. And so that was nice. That was cool. I really did like that right there. That was nice. And I'm glad that we talked briefly about Murch's and this turned into an MMA fighter. Yes. I loved it because it was an organic flow. Like, he was just showing up at the gym just to stay active, to get the blood flowing, punch the bag a few times. Coach is like, hey, I kind of see a little spark in you, bro. Well, and he was like, he didn't have a big chest, like, oh yeah, I'm the man. He was just like, what? And I liked that. It was kind of frustrating that he had to keep it a secret though.
Yeah.
He didn't tell nobody, that was like when I forgot exactly what happened, but Candance and Murch was at the crib. Yeah, she was trying to meet the professor, and he was like, hey, I'm only available from 6 to 8 p.m. And we definitely gonna talk about that crap. But he was like, I'm only available from 6 to 8. And she was like, hey, can you take the kids to the practice, to the speech practice or whatever it was? And he's like, I got stuff to do too. That it hurt me that he could not, and be in his own, just to do what he wanted to do, have a hobby, not be a father, not be a husband, but be Murch. And he was not able to do that. And it's much easier said than done. But yeah, it was really eating up on him on the inside. And he finally got it out. It was goofy, it was funny. Like when hey, look, the daughters or somebody pulled it up on the phone, and then she goes and runs down there, and like that whole thing was silly. I wish they would have fleshed it out, because I don't think after that they really talked about all of the problems and his frustrations. I think it was just a funny moment, and it was forgotten about. So that's kind of bothered me as far as the way they wrapped it up. Do you agree or disagree?
No, a lot. Like, it was far-fetched for Murch to just become a whole battle royale fighter. So I was here for it though. But,
she was like, y'all knew about this.
But that's where their marriage was like those were the things that were frustrating me, that they were just so in a space to where he felt like he had to keep it a secret. And then her situation, she kept it a secret. I was like, not my marriage.
Man.
Like, if some stuff is popping off, the first person you're supposed to tell is your husband, you know, if you are, you know, feeling some type of way. But I guess it would match with their marriage, because he wasn't only feeling a little emasculated, or, you know, you just don't feel like I have anything going on by his boys, but he also kind of felt that coming off of Candace, because she was just so invested in everything that she had going on, and he was kind of going unnoticed. So I guess that's why he just, you know, like, I'm gonna keep this for myself and I'm gonna do what I want to do. But I just really wanted them to talk to each other.
Tyra, what if we look at all the black shows that are streaming right now within the past year or two? I mean, we have Kindred, slave stuff, dealing with drugs. Like,
Nothing like this.
how often do we get a show like this to where we get black people that are beautiful, educated, got money, hell, you know what I'm saying? Like, how often do we get all this?
Never. Like, which is why I know everybody was like, man, like, so is this it? Like, Quentin's whole thing with his father and their, you know, generational wealth and how
we're gonna get there. But my point is, I want to get this bad taste out of my mouth. I was saying all that to say, like, I was so happy to see all of this, just the education, the collegiate level professors. We got this black professor that Candace confides in, like, hey, I got this white lady over here. She's being an ass. I'm trying my best to, you know, write this paper, do this dissertation. And she links up with this dude. And I love the fact that he's like, look, I'm gonna look after my people, but that don't mean that I'm gonna just, you know, give you a free ride or whatever. Yeah. He come over to the crib. She's all nervous, putting up books, you know, want to impress him. Murch and the professor hit it off. You know, they're having a good relationship in the office. And I'm just like, why did y'all have to write this into the story that he's a creep ass predator? Did we need to have that? And I was so upset. That happened at the end of episode 6. And when he first came over here and leaned over to the computer, I was like, please do not do it. Please do not come on to this woman. And then he walked back and it went to another scene. Oh, thank God. But then he came back. I'm like, no. I was so disappointed, Tyra. I was mad. And I know that, hey, this happens in the world. And not only did it happen, Tyra, it's just the way they addressed it.
Yeah.
There was no big confrontation. She put it in the paper, and then it's gonna be on the outtakes. In a little image,
like Me Too movement type of situation.
You know, I'm like, come on, man! Like, y'all gonna build up Murch? He could. I'm not saying he should roundhouse the professor.
That ass. That's what I thought.
And I would have been mad at it. But you could have. I love the fact. Okay, first of all, it broke my damn heart because she was in shock. The acting was great. She was in such shock, and she was just so hurt by it. You know what I'm saying? She trusted this dude. She goes home. She can't even tell her husband Murch because the little girl's asleep. They one of them is playing dress up. The other one done ate all the gummy bears and pizza all on her face. And Murch is asleep over there. I felt so sorry for her that there was nobody to vent to because her husband was knocked out. It really sucked. And just the way they wrapped it, I don't like that at all. That was I mean, it wasn't bad as Queen Ramonda dying in Wakanda Forever, but I was just like, why did they have to put this in here? And if you're gonna put it in here, at least wrap it up well. And I don't think they did it all. How did you feel about all that, man?
They didn't wrap it up well. Like, it wasn't fleshed out at all. I was in shock. I knew where we were going. Once I realized, I'm sure we're gonna get to Lance's son, that they were trying to put in more contemporary themes of the time and what's going on. Not only just that, but, you know, the whole situation with Murch and, you know, the Karen. I knew this was coming. And I seriously, like, as soon, like, by the time he came to their house and she was putting up books, I was waiting on it.
Oh,
I was waiting on it. And the anxiety was coming. She's like, I just can't do anything right. His you know, the edit is getting, I'm like, he is, you know, pulling her in to have to come into the office. Like, this is going to happen. So I was just waiting. I'm like, well, why do we have to do this? Because I had hope when he said, you know, hey, don't expect just because, you know, I'm black. Right. I'm not just, you know, we have to be good. Like, I can't do you any favors. But I just knew it was coming, and I was like, oh, here we go. Here we go. And I thought that this was gonna be tied into Murch's masculinity and his training and how he's been feeling as a man in their marriage, just feeling like, you know, though I'm Murch and I'm this, you know, I'm still a provider, a protector, I'm still a man, I'm still black, I'm still, you know, strong. I thought like she was gonna go wake Murch up, and I thought she was about to get popping. That's what I thought was gonna happen.
Yeah.
But when it was just, you know, a typed letter, and it was just like, you know, look at and then she still couldn't even say it. Like, I was so bothered that she just felt like she couldn't confide in her husband. Like, I would have woke my husband up so quick.
Yeah.
Like, it's like,
baby, wow,
let's go. Like, it would have been a whole thing, but it was kind of like, as well as, you know, the situation with certain situations just felt like, you know what, we're meeting a quota. We are still the best man, but we need to drop, you know, certain things in here, you know, just to be informative and push along a narrative of, you know, things that are going on right now. But, you know, it was horrible. Like, I was looking, I was like, the little Time magazine, and it was like, oh, it's a Me Too. Okay. Like, this is all we're going to do. But I thought that we were going to go a little further with that. Like, we didn't even see the man again or see him get reprimanded. It was just done.
Yeah, because he got some award, some accolade, and that's just like, oh, you're just being over there, Mr. Smart Black Man, and that was it, man. It's just that was the worst decision in the show to me. You know, I'm mad that they put it in there, but then when they put it in, they didn't even wrap it up well.
No.
So that was awful. So iconic. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I was also I'm assuming maybe upset about Dr. Temple. I thought he was a respectful man. I didn't want that written in there. I didn't either, man. I just think it was
the brother, not the brother.
Yeah, man. That hurt me right there. This whole show was dang near full of Black excellence across the board, and you had to throw him in there. And at the same time, I know it's reality, but I can't lie. It's like that does happen. It just damn. I didn't see it. I'm upset about that. So. I kind of want to see. Look, who else is making comments about that? K Baby, y'all was waiting for her to confront him. Let's see here. Yeah, Murch should have stomped that ass if he had the chance. I did love Murch's reaction. He was pissed. He was pissed. So I don't like how Candace wasn't confronting. That is true. He didn't really, you know.
Elaborate too much.
Right. I couldn't think of the word. There you go. But anyway, yeah, that's upsetting. But you did bring up something though I want to talk about next, which I was very surprised about. I talked about this on one of my Movie News Roundup shows a couple of weeks ago with Terrance Howard talking about he's retiring from acting. And that's really disappointing to me. You didn't see that? Yeah,
I saw it. Like, I saw your thumbnail, and I was like, lies.
Yeah, I hope so. Maybe just because maybe it's just a crop for help. He's just trying to, you know, get more roles. But I was really sad about it again watching this because I thought he did such a great job with his father. That was incredible. I was like, oh, I don't think I haven't seen every Terrance Howard film or TV show. And I did clock out of the show he had a couple of years ago. It was an Empire.
Yeah.
I had to stop watching that. It was too much for me.
Terrible.
Yeah, I just couldn't do it anymore. But when him and Shelby walked in on his dad, and he was I guess a hoarder, living in the pigsty, that was heartbreaking. And you know, the dad was like, yeah, selling the company. He was like, Dad, I don't care about that. I care about this right here. You living in the pigsty, and the acting in that scene was some of the best I've ever seen him do, and I was really impressed by that. They didn't wrap that kind of was left on the wayside as well.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that whole interaction?
I loved it. I wanted to see some more of that. I liked the conversation about the generational wealth and him, you know, so eager. Like, even though he was thinking about, you know, finances and, you know, this is a lot of money. Like, look at the deal. And it's just like, it's not about the money or the deal. Like, this is a part of our family. Like, this has been here. We've built this up, the company, the hotel, the resort. Like, you are just so eager to, you know, give this up. This is our family legacy, our work. And I don't know, Quentin just, at the moment, he wasn't really seeing the value in that. And I thought that they were going to, you know, really talk about that. They kind of did a little bit when they were cleaning up the mess and everything, but just having to deal with a parent, and you know, I just know now, like, I can't even think of, because I have a young mom. Like, what do we do when our parents are, you know, elder, and they, you know, get to a certain point and they don't want help, they don't want to, you know, anybody to know. Like, I don't, what exactly was it dementia or?
Yeah, I don't know. I know he was messing up the payroll. He paid the woman 4 or 5 times, and you know, I don't know. It may have been
left
dementia.
The car in the rain.
Yeah. That was real sad. I liked it though. And what was nice is you said that he didn't see the value in the Spivey company. I mean, yes, they did take it under because they did hit because of the COVID. And I like how they put all that in. That was nice, realistic, all that. Everybody was hit. So that makes sense, you know, staying in hotels around the world, and you know, it's just not going to work. But when they was cleaning up and the granddaughter was there and they was going through the boxes and he was pulling out old photos, like, this is the first time I worked with this person. I took a photo with this person. They kept showing shots of Q. Like, oh, damn, this really means a lot to this man. He's not just being old and senile and stubborn. You know, there is some real value to this that, you know, his son was not aware of. I mean, at one point he's like, I built it with these bare hands. You know how hard it is for a black man in the 50s or the 60s to get real estate. It was damn near impossible. You know, so I understand that. I do. My dad, or my mom and dad, they own a small piece of land in Oak Cliff. And my dad was talking about selling it, and I was like, "Don't you dare sell that!" You know, and that just resonated with me as well. And so,
that good lineage, he was gonna give it away to that white man. Don't
do
that.
Don't do that. Don't do that. don't do that at all. Think about. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nothing. I was just thinking about Shelby. Like, I just love how she was there. Like, she was so supportive and just there. Like, no, we are doing this. You have to, you know, make sure you are taking care of your father. The fact that she, you know, she was calling him dad, and I'm like, they really married.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
You know,
I am impressed. I am very impressed.
Their whole relationship. She was so like there, like, regardless of what's going on, you're my husband. We are family. We are going to handle this right now.
And I don't mean to sound like an ass or a jerk, but just looking on the outside, outside looking in at Shelby, I would never think that somebody like that would be such a great wife, a great partner. She was really holding it down. You know what I'm saying? She was stressing herself out with the aging and the Botox and all of that. You know, I like at the end that she was like, F it, I'm just gonna be old. I like that she embraced it eventually. But I'm really surprised and shocked that she was a really good wife. Just go. I mean, if you're bored, go. Just seeing her character change from the best man holiday to this was a complete 180. Like, I'm blown away by that. You know what I'm saying? So so Terrance Howard, I really hope that you don't give up on acting.
Please, that whole that heart attack situation, I was like,
I forgot about that too.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh man, get up, Terrance, get up. Oh, he was really acting here. Everybody here, it just reminded me of like good acting, because sometimes we just don't get that. We don't get none of that now. Like, everybody here did a really good job.
No, we don't. How do you feel about the relationship with his daughter, Kennedy? You know, I think I was getting a little frustrated that she wasn't calling him dad, and he was being, because he ain't no punk. He know. I mean, it wasn't his fault that he wasn't there. He didn't know. And the daughter don't have no reason to be upset with him and having to prove his love. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't a deadbeat. I was getting a little frustrated with the attitude she was giving him. But you know, how'd you feel about all that?
I was frustrated with their story overall. Like, I wanted some more. Like, I think they were trying to frame it as, since they were so wealthy and they were, you know, clearly spending and buying, and they were trying to really give her the bratty, spoiled, ungrateful. But I really wanted to see them kind of get it together, because that was really big. Like, you just found out after all this time your uncle was Uncle Q was your dad. Like I wanted to see that, but they, fleshed it out as much. But I wanted a little bit more than her just being a brat and trying to get bags. Like, okay, we having a conversation about him trying to coerce her to get a purse or whatever. But I wanted some realistic situations.
I got you. It was also hold on real quick. We got 164 people watching right now. 102 thumbs up. So I appreciate it. Can we get to 150 thumbs up before we head out of here? Please. Thumbs up. I would really, really appreciate it. Lance was okay. What was I about to say? It slipped my mind. I was talking about the daughter. Yes. Watching The Best Man's Holiday, it was one point where Shelby was checking herself in the movie, just saying like, I'm not the best mother. I reprimand my daughter just because she's not like me. And that's not cool. And now we see that the daughter kind of modeled her mom, followed in that footsteps. Don't do that, parents. Love your kids how they are. Love your kids how they are. Love your kids how they are. I guess that's the great transition over.
With what I'm thinking, like with how their story arc went in a relationship that they had, Quentin could have just easily been a stepdad.
Yeah.
Just trying to work his way in. Like, when are you gonna call me dad? Like, I've been here for years. I've been, your uncle previous to that. Like, we've always had some form of relationship. Like, now I can be, stepdad and not just, Quentin. Like, there was absolutely no reason for him to have, the whole you kept this a secret for umpteen years. It was no purpose.
Yeah, and I was about to move on, but no, I'm gonna stay here for a second. I just remembered this. One of the things that I didn't like about episodes 7 and 8 is like, while all of the conflicts and the resolutions up until the first 6 episodes was like pure, genuine, flowed, organic, all that, it was forced beef towards the end. Like Quentin and him getting mad at Shelby because she wants to take care of him. That was a stupid ass fight. Like, oh, I can't even smoke a cigar and have sex. Oh my! I was like, dumbass shit. You almost had you had a pinched nerve and a heart attack. What do you? I was annoyed by that.
That's natural. I thought that was real.
I'll let you talk. I thought that was horrible. Go ahead. Go ahead.
A lot of men, not all, a lot of men have an issue with scaling back, going to get themselves checked out, health wise. Like, I just drink a little water, get a little rest. I'm gonna be all right. Like, what you mean? I just need Gatorade. Like, I'm fine. But
you're right.
That, changed. I think that was tied in along with Shelby's, the whole ageism in the industry. Like, she was getting phased out and, the hot flashes, like them just adjusting to growing old. And it's just like, this is just another reminder that I can't, rock like I used to. Like, I'm getting older. Like, I have to give up things to be healthy. Like, why? Like, I don't want to change my lifestyle. Like, I'm quitting. Like, why would I have to do that? But I thought it was natural for him to give pushback, not like the way he was talking to her. That was just absolutely disrespectful. I'm trying to make sure you live and be my husband. Like,
that was mad. He was mad. Like,
but
he was acting like as if she wasn't there or something. Like, I don't know.
The comment when he said like I shouldn't have married, I was like, whoa, like this is going a bit too far. You don't tell me.
Said it again.
When he said like I should have never married you. I didn't feel this way until I married you. Like, excuse me. Those fighting words.
Exactly. Yeah.
But other than that, I like I like that he did give pushback because everybody's just like we are getting older. Like, I'm having hot flashes. Like, I need glasses. I'm having a heart attack. Like, him not having a strong sex drive at one point in their relationship. Like, I thought that's why I love their relationship the most, because it was just so many different avenues of or the whole situation with taking care of your elderly parents, and it was so many different layers and topics that came up within their one marriage. So I like those things.
Okay, yeah. Everybody disagreeing with me in the chat. Since it is realistic. Be what you're talking about, I don't know. I mean, good points, made good valid points there, but at the same time, he was out of pocket, with his tone and all that. But we was talking about loving, or I was talking about loving how you are, loving people how they are. Got to talk about Lance and his relationship with his son LJ.
Yeah,
that was very, very interesting. I'm glad they put this in here. I will go ahead and say this. I'm gotta be honest and don't get mad at me, y'all. I still feel like every production house is just trying to get in where they fit in. Like, oh, this let's put it in here. You know, this is opportunity. Check box, check box. However, it's real life, you know, and everybody deserves representation. It was I think I because yeah, I think I DM'd you or text you. Like I was like, Tyra, I think LJ is gay.
Yes.
Like, and then I forgot your response. You had said something funny or slick because I think you was a little ahead of me, but I was like, I think he was gay, and I think it was revealed. It was just something weird with their relationship, you know. Just it just seemed too perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, son, you're gonna be in the NFL. You got that right, Dad. You know, like it just seemed a little too perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like. Something is going on here. And he's not gay. He's non-binary.
Yeah.
And I think that first was revealed when he kept showing he was working for Jordan at the MSNBC. And she went blind too. We got to talk about that as well.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a 10-hour live. But let me know if you gotta go. But he kept showing up in the school uniform. And she was like, hey, you don't got to show up in your uniform no more. You can wear whatever you want. He's like, oh, okay. So he pulled out the boots and you know, I was like, wait a minute, is that some? I'm being stupid. I thought it was like an aquarium in the heel. Like some kids.
What's wrong with you?
That's what, nah, that's your style. That's your style. And I'm not hating, but that's what crossed my mind. Is there a fish down there? Is some water in the shoe? Oh, hold on, man. Let me grab this real quick. Super chat. Go ahead and fan yourself off.
What a money reside. What a money reside. What a money reside. What a money reside. Okay.
Also wanted to ask for early happy born day wishes for tomorrow. I'll be 66. Well, yes, Buzz. Happy early birthday for you tomorrow, Buzz. Happy 66th birthday. I hope that you are at peace and you are feeling well and you get to do whatever the hell you want to do on your born day tomorrow. Happy birthday, Buzz, and thank you so much for the super chat, my brother. I really do appreciate it. You're a great commenter, viewer, subscriber, moderator. Thank you, sir. Thank you, and happy birthday.
Yes.
But I'm gonna get you sucker shoes. No, I'm teasing. On a serious note, no matter who you are on the planet, you deserve the same love, respect, and protection as everybody else. Okay, nobody, you don't deserve to be mistreated, whether you're gay, straight, bi, trans, non-binary. What I loved about the series is when Q discovered that. Well, even before that, I love the relationship that they had, that LJ had with
Jordan.
Kennedy.
Oh no, the daughter.
Yeah,
oh,
okay. and Jordan. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah, I love the relationship they had. Love everywhere. It's always nice when you can have somebody on an older level who was Jordan that you can vent to, because she is the godmother, and also Kennedy, because they was posting on TikTok and all that. But I really do like the fact that when Q walked in on them, what the hell is this? What's going on? It was none of that. He was just like, oh, y'all just keep it down. You know what I'm saying? And so I really like that. And everybody was able to embrace the lifestyle. Unfortunately, except for the father, Lance. But I really did like that. How are you feeling at this point so far about all that? Oh, you seem annoyed. Let us know how you
No,
feel.
I just knew it was coming. Like,
okay.
I hate that it's being. I like when it's genuine. Like when it's forced, I'm like, come on. But I was all prepped and ready for, first of all, once I saw the storyline, I was like, LJ, EJ, this whole Magic Johnson situation. Okay, let's go. But I was prepped for him to be gay. I know what gay is, When they went with the non-binary, I was very surprised. I was like, oh man, I don't know what that means.
Right.
And I've like watched several, because I try to stay up on everything and inform myself. Nobody can give a concise answer as to what non-binary means. You talk to 5 or 10 different everybody has their own version of what that means to them. But when they went that way, I was hoping that they would dive into kind of explaining to us as an audience, you know, via Lance or what, just like exactly what that means. So I know how to receive it. And it was just like all the, you know, once the questions, it was just like, I don't know. Like, well, I don't know. I just know that this is, you know, this is who I am. This is who I've always been. But I thought we were gonna explain. I thought we were gonna go a little deeper with that beyond him just, you know, being secretive and then it kind of being found out. And of course, I know we were all waiting on pins and needles with Lance being Lance. Like, oh God, like yeah. Lance has always been, you know, super by the book, you know, the Bible and biblical and the marriage and the woman and the whole. Right. I was like, this is going to be crazy. I wonder how he is going to react. But I thought that this would be more of a informative moment. Like, I found myself getting annoyed like so many times that I love that we have Lance here as still being Lance because everybody was just like in agreement. I was like, if we have Lance just pop off.
Good contrast.
Like, yeah. Like if he was in agreement, I'm like, let's, you know, be realistic about it. You know, this is new for a lot of people. So somebody will naturally, you know, genuinely not understand. So the fact that he didn't, I like that. But I really want to know exactly like what that is. Like I got so annoyed when they were looking for him.
I know what you're talking about. I was annoyed. Go ahead.
When they were looking for him and everybody's in panic mode and we are worried about she and, you know, using the correct pronouns. Like, ow, Bree. I was about to get up. Like I was about to get up, but I did love that they made it comical, especially when Quentin called. He was like, what is a non-binder? Like what? Like, what is that? I don't know. And it was like, well, they and she and, you know, the pronouns. And he was like, who, him? Like, it was, you know, it's a whole thing. And I just trying to get into, you know, realistically what we are dealing with now and, you know, really get into what it is to be that. But you need to give me something tangible that I can understand so I know how to perceive it and what to say and how to go about it. And I thought that the show was going to kind of do that and be a little bit more informative, but it just kind of turned into I'm not being, you know, free to be who I am, and Lance just giving pushback. But I wanted a little bit more from LJ's character, so I wanted to know exactly what it was. And when I just knew in my mind, I was like, oh, okay, he's gonna be gay, and we're gonna have to deal with that. But you can't just throw non-binary out there. And I'm having an issue with it being because I know, you know, back in the day, like we're just so old, but back in the day we had, you know, there were terms. There was, you know, androgynous, there was metrosexual, there was gay. Like it was a term as far as there were terms or, you know, labels. And then there was, you know, your sexuality and your sexual preference to say, you know, I'm bi, I'm gay, I'm straight. But then we have this, it's more of a label, but they are treating it as a sexuality. And I'm trying to figure that out. So I thought we were going to get into that, but we didn't get into that.
I have so much to say about this, but let me grab this super chat first right here.
Ahead.
From our boy Lamont Tyson with Get a Life Gains. My brother, jeez, Louise, $100. Damn.
And Lamont got 2 kids.
You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much, bro. I really do appreciate it, man. I hope you enjoyed the series as well. 2 of the best in the game. What up, Tyra? Man, thank you so much, Lamont. I do appreciate it, y'all. This man's information is in the chat, not in the chat, but in the description of this video. He's on my channel tab. He will be back giving you lovely lives next Monday. Lamont, thank you so much for being here, my brother. I really do appreciate it. Now, I do agree with you as far as saying I was uber pissed off when everybody was in panic mode and the little other son was trying to be all specific with the pronouns. Man, tell this man where his son at. He just like okay, yes, Lance was being an asshole.
Oh yeah.
No, not trying to separate the issue. Okay, I will acknowledge. I'm gonna talk about that.
You should accept, you know, because you know we especially when we together, people be coming for your neck. Be like, yeah. Nobody here is saying that everybody doesn't, you know, deserve to be loved and treated the same and accepted. But you know, I just want to understand exactly what's going on because I'm just like, so this isn't a gender. This is a sex, correct?
I don't know. I'm not trying to be funny, but I was real pissed off about it. Like, you can, even though Lance was being a complete ass 100%, you cannot expect people to be an expert. I mean, he been calling his son a him his whole life. You can't expect him just to snap on the pronouns like this. Like, that's just not. I was pissed off. However, I did like the explanation that LJ gave when Lance called him out. Like, when he saw the TikTok online. And he went in there like, hey, we need to talk right now. And then he took him out there on the balcony. And he was like, what, are you gay? And he was like, I don't know if I'm gay. He was like, I feel that I can be my masculine self and my feminine self at times. That whole line of the dialogue right there, I thought was great. And even though I'm paraphrasing, I don't remember exactly what he said. When I was watching that scene, I felt I got the best understanding I possibly have ever heard in my life. I still have questions, but I like that. It made sense to me. Well, yeah, it made sense to me. So I was very satisfied with that explanation. I'm also a little iffy where they were at some, I don't know exactly what episode it was. It was towards the end. They was at some club or bar, and Lance and Jordan had bumped heads.
Yeah.
And one of them was at the bar, and I think Jordan came over to Lance, was like, are we good? It was like, you good? Are we good? We good. And she was kind of picking on him, like, with the pronouns, like they, and he was like he, and it was like they. He was like, stop embracing the bullshit. That was I like that interaction. Right? It was real. I mean, I don't like people arguing, but it was just it was a real genuine interaction right there. But Lance, man, like, even from the beginning when his son told him, I don't want to play football anymore, you were still like trying to shove that down his throat. Now, I'm not a parent, Tyra, and you can help me out with this. I understand from a parent's point of view, if your child at a young age bugs you about an extracurricular activity that they want to take part in, you yourself having to foot the bill for that, buy the equipment, taking the practice and stuff, you probably saying to yourself, okay, is this just a phase, or are you just seeing this because you saw a 30-second ad on TV and it just seems cool right now and you're excited, but 2 months from now you ain't gonna want to do it anymore? Is this something that you really want? Okay, I'll sign you up, but we're gonna make sure that we finish to the end. And so, and on one end, I understand, like, okay, whether it's karate, football, whatever, you want your child to finish, but I don't think that was the case with LJ. I kind of feel like football was pushed on him his whole life as he was a child, and he was really only doing it because he wanted to impress his father. That happens all the time. And so I just said that to say, I see both sides of it, but I was really disappointed that he was still like, oh yeah, he's just going through a phase right now, he's going to get back into football. No, he don't want to play football no more. Like, stop it. I understand legacy is important to you. You said that in part 2 movie about pledging. He was a Q, and our family been part of a fraternity for 100 years. We're gonna keep this going. I understand all that, but I was really disappointed with him just trying to continue to force football on him. But I was even more upset and hurt, man, where he was like, wipe that shit off your face.
Oh,
that was painful to watch right there, man. Like, I'm like, man, like, and the whole phase thing, like, I don't know, I'm not educated enough to even.
No, neither one of us are educated enough to give any any real thoughts on this subject. But I mean, that's a good thing. Like, we want to be informed. A lot of people, don't care. Like, I want to know more so I can move accordingly. But Lance was definitely, but with the Lance that we know, like, I think it was natural for him to be this way. But it was like when he tried the Tom Brady and get his ass out there, I was like, what you doing on this field? And I was kind of, going into like, why don't you just become a coach? Like, you would be a great coach. Like, you're so dedicated to football and you're trying to figure out what you want to do. But I loved it. I did want to see all of Lance's children, though. I just wanted to see him be, father, like, a whole lot more. But a lot of time, which just resonated to LJ, which was cool. But he was, man, Lance hurt my feelings when he told him to wipe that shit. I was like, oh, it's like stung, and just him continuing to, throwing his things away. He was just trying to force it instead of, being more in acceptance. Like, this is who your son is. But it's not until he kind of, runs away that he just kind of wakes up to go, you know what, I need to stop this. I could have lost my son. I don't want to lose anybody else. But it was natural for him to be this type of Lance, but it wasn't easy to watch.
Did it surprise you when Lance said sometimes he was like, say, because he canceled his credit cards, and he was like, those are my things, and it's like, no, it's not. I don't know how you feel about a parent, like, bro, you're in high school with credit cards like this, you know what I'm saying? But was you surprised when LJ said sometimes I wish it was you that died instead of mom? I was like, oh shit,
that was hurtful. Like, it was some hurtful stuff.
Oh god, was that warranted? Because I don't think LJ was abused all his life. Like no. It just seemed like it was just this one incident that, like, man, that was harsh.
I think he just felt like, Mia being Mia, she would be a little bit more understanding and be supportive, whereas I have you just, not only giving pushback, you were trying to change who I am. I can't even wear, I'm like, he still got the suit on, like, he's compromising for you, and this isn't even what he wants to wear, but he just like, I want my son to be my son. Like, I'm still your son. I'm just, you're a non-binary son, and you have to accept me as that. And he just did not want to do that. But I was really surprised to see them even include Mia, and we saw her and the flashbacks and the visions and stuff. But then when they went through the whole like birth stage and him and they're singing to the baby, and he's just like having a revelation of what he could lose as a father when he's just so busy worried about a gender or his clothes or if he's gay or just any of that. Like, let me focus on just loving my son. I think it was handled as well as it could be for it to be Lance in the progress that they went through, from him finding out to him just being in total acceptance in the end.
Yeah, it was wrapped up. I like the way it was wrapped up too. Like, when they was at the conference at the end, he was like, my son. I forgot exactly what he said, but he accepted his son for who he was in front of everybody. I thought that was great. I like the way they capped it off. But it was painful to get through. Let me ask you this. Be honest. Especially as a parent. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I want my bloodline to continue. I do, biologically, meaning if I have a son or daughter, I would want them to be heterosexual because I'm heterosexual, and I want my bloodline to continue. I'm still going to love my son or daughter or whatever, however they come out. I'm still going to love them no matter what. But is it appropriate or inappropriate to let your children know that you are disappointed in that? Is that crossing a boundary? Like, I still love you. I wish you were this. But I still is that wrong? Is that,
for me personally? Like, I'm sure everybody gonna have a different answer. For me, no. Like, I feel like, as a parent, somebody who's raised you your entire life, you should be able to. I'm not saying that I'm not gonna accept you, or stuff needs to grow for me to get adjusted. If you've been my son your entire life, and then all of a sudden you're telling me that you're my daughter, like. That's like a really big adjustment for just the entire family. It's almost like this is still your baby, but this is a whole new person, and you have to get with if they decide to change their name and their pronouns, and whoever they may decide to bring home. Like, it's a whole thing. But I think it's pretty reasonable for you to be able to voice that, I just wish, or I was hoping that this would be one way. It's not. I'm a little disappointed, but I love you anyway, and I'm gonna, adjust accordingly, and we're gonna move forward with who we've always been. I just know now that, the son I thought I had, this isn't that.
Marjorie says, a good observation.
Yeah.
Marjorie says Mia probably knew her child was queer.
The mother always knows first.
go back when y'all have time. Go back and watch The Best Man's Holiday, because they did show LJ briefly towards the beginning of the movie, where Harper and Robyn showed up and he introduced the kids like, "Hi, I'm LJ." He kind of came across like a Carlton. I think that was the only time they showed him. I just want to know if y'all see it then. I don't think they planned.
So I think this was just for the series to make sure we were hitting on all them check boxes.
I got you. But yeah, definitely this topic right here, I want to know how everybody feels. So please let us know in the chat, in the comment section as well. Nia Long and Demetrius, Jordan and Demetrius, this guy here. I'll say this. I like the fact that she had her guard up and didn't want to trust him, and he was trying too. He had the. Oh, I can't wait for your commentary. But I like the fact that she had her guard up. But ladies, do not get mad at me for saying this, but I've been feeling this way since elementary. I know I'm gonna upset some people, but hey, F it.
No, what you got?
If there's a male that you have interest in and you are skeptical as Jordan was in this series about Demetrius, and you just don't know if it's the real deal or not, this is simple to me. Don't give him any until you make sure he commits to you, and all is solved. I know it can be hard. I know you're lonely and you may be horny and all this stuff, but just to be on the safe side, if you are unsure, like she expressed in this series, just wait till he fully commits to you, and then give up the cookie, then give up the nookie, and it just saves so much headache and stress. This woman is working her ass off. It is MSNBC. She got her assistant saying that she sucks at self-care. She going blind, passing out in the presentations. She thinks she's pregnant. She going through midlife crisis. I planned everything. I was prepared for the unknown, and like I was watching, just like, oh my God, I was just frustrated. Like, I don't mean to sound like a jerk, because I'm just saying, man, I've heard women just say stuff like, oh, he tricked me. And I know that guys can be dogs and ass and lie and manipulate. I get it. There's some scallywags out there. But at the same time, if there's a question mark over your head, just wait till he commits. He's either going to leave. And if he leaves, then you dodged the bullet. Tyra, I'm passing it to you. How you feel?
I hated the storyline. Like
somebody said not the boycott.
This was so unnecessary. Like, why even present this to still have her low key pining away for Harper, which is why he was giving Harper all of that negative ass stank energy that he was giving and all the attitude. Like, it was. I was over it. Like, I thought it was something, but when we have Jordan say, like, when we were in college and we were like 19, 20, you had sheet. I was like, oh, grow up. Like, grow up. Yeah. Like, child, y'all 50. Like, girl, like, what is this? Like, it was just such a waste of time. It was like they brought them together and then had to figure out a way to separate them. And we do that by saying, he's in some shady business of, building jet. I was like, what is this? Like, why are we here? Like, just have her go sleep with Harper and let's do what we need to do. It was just a waste of time. But her, I just don't know if I can trust him. Like, he did this thing when we were 19 and I just ain't got over it. Like,
she too old for that, man.
I really didn't care. And I felt like a lot of scenarios with Jordan, with how, strong she is. I'm like, it was a lot of areas to show how immature she was, because I was just like, if we still going to be hovering over something we did in college, girl, just why are you even talking to this man? Like, just leave it alone. And he's like going, like, I got the frappe to the right temp with the dose and the mocha latte, and I'm, brunch on the roof. And like, he's going above and beyond to accommodate her ridiculous schedule of not having time for anything, let alone herself or a man. And this is somebody, it just showed why just go be with Harper, because every single man was just, pushback after pushback. It was like she was trying her best to find, that's why she found that, because she was trying to find something wrong with him. And it was like this depiction of, you just can't have it all. If she wants to be this heavy businesswoman, she could never have a good man. She could never, be a good woman to anybody because she's so driven work-wise. I'm like, why we can't do both?
Yeah, that was unnecessary.
I just like, why can't we do both? And then it was just like, you have this man who is, because her thing was like, I don't have time for anybody. It's all about my work. Nobody's going to understand Jordan's schedule. Here we have somebody here that's doing that, and you're still giving pushback. And then not only pushback, but you go to look for something to go like, aha, this is why I knew I shouldn't, be with you. Like, that was that was just so trash. And it was just like, I felt like when he shook her hand, like, take care of yourself, like, girl, go be with Harper. I don't need these problems.
I'm not even mad that I mean, she was talking like she was 25, but I'm not mad that she was skeptical, and I'm not mad that she was honest with him. Like, bro, you played me back in the day. I don't suggest women use men for free meals, but in
Right,
this case,
Shelby?
but hold on, but in this case, where I was like, look, you was honest with him. You like, okay, you pressing up on me, you coming with the pressure. I don't know, I'm skeptical. I'm letting you know how I feel. Okay, if you want to wine and dine me and give me orange juice on the rooftop with strawberries, okay, cool. But I'm not committing to you. I'm gonna get some free breakfast and lunch here and there. I'm not mad at that. But she was like beating herself up. She didn't have to give him none. And like, I, I just don't understand that. It's not hard. It's not, and just about the right anyway. Like, it didn't need to be the whole story. Like, why can't we have her get a man? She didn't have, like, okay, she was by herself in the first movie. She's by herself in part 2. We have 8 episodes.
White man in part 2.
Like, why could we not have ended this with could we not? I'm laughing at the super chat. Could we not have ended this series with her? You know, it shouldn't even have to walk down the aisle. Just be in a healthy relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know. She met somebody. They're getting along, and you know, part 4 or 5 gonna come out. You know, we'll see what. I don't know. The fact that they wrote it off. It's just like they ended this series with a divorce, with a creeper professor. And Jordan being a successful black woman with no family. Why couldn't everybody? I mean, everybody could have a happy ending. In my opinion,
crazy. Like, Jordan was like killing herself. I was like,
she was.
What?
She was. Natalie 199 super chat. Thank you so much. And I've been giving that advice since Ackerman. I forgot all about that. Thank you so much, Natalie. I do appreciate it. I mean, I'm definitely not no expert myself, because I'll be hollering at Tyra. Tyra, what does this mean?
I see this comment. Zia said, but she was a black woman, and black women never get to have it all. I didn't have an issue with her not get, like, she couldn't get one man, like, ever, and it wasn't even like it was on her own accord. They were like painting it as if like Harper was the only one. Like, there's nobody. You're in New York. Like,
man, there you go, right there. Yeah, it's crazy. And then they still didn't, just all this riffraff, and they still didn't have sex. Man. All this stress. You didn't even get to bust a nut.
Nothing.
Man, that's harsh right there.
I wanted to see that, B.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not suggesting that you knock down your flings right before you get married, but with the way this ended, I wish they would have, man. I wish they would have. So.
I was so frustrated, B, when he was like, so, you know, how's the high rise? I could move. She's like, oh no, like, you need to heal. I was like, you know what? Fuck this show.
Right.
I was very upset at that, when it's like, come and find me once you know, fulfilled your purpose. And I'm like, okay, within that montage that we got at the end, I was like, we're gonna see them together. No.
yeah, it was a lot. And so yeah, they hooked up, they kissed. I thought the way they set it up, why does he write down everything? Like, what?
Because he's Harper and he want to get caught.
It's consistent with his character, but damn, bro, you done messed up in all 3 movies. Because you got caught in the second one because he was trying to write the book. You got to leave your notes everywhere. Like, oh man, the way this series was so good, except for the ending. It really bugged me. What do we leave? What do we leave out, Ty? What have we not talked about? We talked about the show. They got married. LJ. Demetrius and them breaking up, Harper and Jordan kissing, the divorce, which was horrible. We got to talk about the fallout too, where you know, the fake ass kunta kinte. That was funny. That was funny.
Call him my Uncle Tom. I was like, y'all been holding on to
that, man. And the thing is, I know a lot of married couples. I mean, I know, but what's up?
How did you feel about Robyn having baby girl out at the whole riot? The getting arrested. Man. I was like, what?
Yeah, I forgot all about that. I'm Team Harper on that.
Oh yeah.
I'm Team Harper on that. She was mad at him. Like, why would you do that? Like, I want to show her to stand up. Yes, but she's how old was she? 6? Like, man, I'm definitely Team Harper on that.
She was doing like I like that she was, for the community, and I want to give back. I want to live in Harlem with other, black people. Even though them brownstones going up, I was with her like, girl, gentrification is happening. Like these Harlem brownstones, but it was changing gender affects everyone that loves you.
Thank you, the homie. I appreciate
it.
Go ahead.
No, I just, it was with her character, it was getting a little forced because just to, make them, pivotal opposites of each other. Like, I'm for the people, you're, trying to move on up like the Jeffersons and leave everybody behind. She was like, what she called him Uncle Tom, like, you want to be white. You want to align yourself with whiteness. I want to be in my community with my people serving, the hungry. Like she wanted to be like low-key an activist. Right. And it was just kind of set to drive them so far apart. It was just so far from Robyn the chef,
Right. Towards the end on that fight, I did like the fact to where one thing I did not like. I don't like how everybody turned on Harper at the end. Even Murch was like, it's gonna get ugly. You're fighting for custody. And I like the way that Harper was. He was like, no, F all of y'all. I'm right, y'all are wrong. She's trying to take my daughter away. Murch is talking about, you gotta bow down. It's gonna get ugly. But it was interesting to me where Shelby tried to be like, you need to work with Robyn on this. Mothers know what's best for the children. He was like, wait a minute. You telling me what's best when you kept the daddy away from your daughter for 10 years? She couldn't say a damn thing. And I was like, oh, yeah. Shut your mouth. He got her.
Quentin's like, well.
Yeah. I was like, he got a point right there, man. He got a point right there. You can't say nothing, Shelby. And she couldn't. She was stuck. And I was laughing. Yes. I was.
Yes.
So.
I was so mad at that moment. I'm like, why are y'all jumping on Harper for wanting to see his daughter? Yeah. Like, he didn't say I didn't want a divorce, or he didn't want a divorce. Like he wanted to, work it out, even though I wanted them to separate. But why does us? It was painted as it's gonna, like, she wants to be an activist. Like, I want her to be closer to her own culture, and we don't have to explain her hair texture, but
that was such a BS.
I was like, how are you, like, despite everything she felt about Harper, one thing she did say is, he's a good dad. He's a really great father. Like, why would you break that up?
Right.
That was such a trash decision.
Horrible decision.
And then they're jumping on him like, just she knows what's best. Just let her take it to Africa and shut up. Like, what?
That's crazy. And he said himself, like, I gave you custody because I thought she was gonna live 5 blocks down the street, not move to another continent. So another super chat from the homie, $2. I love Tyra and Brandon. Love this collab. Thank you so much, the homie. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Zia Latrice, but Harper will work endlessly away from home for weeks. How was Robyn moving much different? Really, Zia? That's a different continent.
Yeah.
And I don't, the working away for weeks, how long was that going to last? Maybe a year or two, and he comes back here and there. But moving to Ghana, that's for life. So that's endless.
Oh, that like shot me in the heart when it was painted as like, Robyn, thank you for being you, and like, you did me a favor by making sure my daughter was here for my Pulitzer, like I flew her out. Like, it was like, it was like, here you go, like, I'm throwing you a bone, like I don't have to do this. Like, what? I didn't like any of that. I hated all of that. Like, it was painted as one thing, but I just saw spite.
Me too. 100%. 100%. What did we leave out? What have we not gone over?
I guess Lance getting this woman that was there but wasn't there.
She was fine, man. She was
meeting
fine.
The children, that accent just turned it up a little bit. Like, hey, come on, girl.
It did. To be honest, I kind of think it was. I know he called her initially on accident, but I don't think because Q told him that I don't think that she got married, but he still hit her up knowing that under the impression that she was married. I think that's inappropriate. You know, knowing your intentions. You know, I mean, if she hit him up, that's different. But
well, hell, with my marriage, I don't think I could be running in the hills and going on early morning jogs. Like, what do you want? But that,
right,
you know, hey,
that's true.
She was I guess when you're engaged and you know, like she not married. I don't know what that was, but we didn't talk about the movie. What did you think about the movie?
Yeah, right. They got trashed. I like how they had all the black publications up there, Shadow and Act, and it was a blackfilm.com.
Yeah.
Also, that's when but Murch spoke up, like he didn't like the way he was depicted.
Yes.
You know, I like that a lot.
Trash,
you know,
Harper Trash yet again.
yeah.
Well, no, I'm saying Harper's trash because for Lance, he made sure that, because it was like, you know what, before everything, you can do this movie, but I need to approve, you know, Mia and, you know, who's going to portray her. He made sure he had that done. But it was just like when he came to Murch, I don't got no control over, you know, over that. I'm just here. Like you could have stopped that. Like Murch was hurt.
They didn't follow it up. I wanted a conversation.
Right.
Yeah,
I want them to talk.
Yeah, I wanted them to talk. And they had opportunities because they kept playing cards. They played cards like 4 or 5 times throughout the series.
Oh man, I loved all the card games. Like it was taking me like that's another thing I loved about the show, like how they tied in all of the little callbacks to the low-key the first movie. I was like, oh, that was nice. Like, oh, that shot is reminiscent of the church that they got married in. Oh, look at the balcony. Who he gonna hang? He gonna hang LJ over this balcony?
Right. Oh man, yeah.
Like what I loved all of that. But I guess they were trying to like tie it into when he was trying to, you know, argue about custody, and Murch kind of gave him that pushback. Like, I'm saying, like, you're you know, making this about Harper or whatever. Like, I guess that was supposed to be them talking, but I really wanted him to voice how he felt about being in that movie instead of it being I think Quentin said something about, you know, you need to do something about this, he's hurt.
Yeah, he did. That's exactly right. But yeah, Tyra, overall, Malcolm D. Lee should be very proud of himself.
Yes.
This is a great series. It's something that, I mean, it's not too many series that especially where it's 45 minutes to an hour long episodes, to where I actually want to go back to rewatch it. You know, there's a lot of stuff I just won't go back and rewatch. I'll go back and rewatch this. Probably not tomorrow, but I will eventually, and I will enjoy it and look at it in a different lens. Kind of like I did today with Best Man Holiday. So even though it was great, I still think it got a little sloppy in the end with the way they wrapped some things up. You know, it wasn't perfect, but
Jordan quit and then didn't quit.
Right. Yeah, it's I'm happy about this overall. You know, few little missteps, but overall I'm happy. And so you got any final thoughts, anything else that we forgot to talk about?
Not like at the moment. I'm sure in the comments, y'all ain't talking about, you know.
Yeah, I know, right?
But I'm like, is this the final fight? Like, can we just get you know, one more? Everybody still look good. Like, yeah. Let's just get, you know, I just feel like we need another follow-up. Like, you mean to tell me Jordan and Harper, they never got together? That's not a thing. And Robyn is just raising your daughter in Ghana, and that's just it. And you know, I thought like low key, I thought he was just going, you know what, forget it. I'm going to move to Ghana because I need to be closer to my daughter. I thought maybe we were going to, but it's just like, no, I'm going to pursue what Harper wants to do. I need to get this Pulitzer. I need to, you know, be the pivotal writer and all of that good stuff. He didn't want to be the Costco writer. He wanted to be up there with, you know, the Langston Hughes and have his name, you know, affiliated with a high caliber writer. Like, that was nice, but I didn't like a few choices like that really bothered me.
If we do get a follow-up, should Robyn should Jordan and Harper have sex? And if they do, should it be on screen or off screen?
That definitely should. I thought we was gonna get a whole, like, I think we got more sex out of Lance than anybody. Yeah. In that first episode, and you know, Shelby and Quentin, that whole thing, but just like all of this passion that y'all have had saved up for how many years, like, you ain't gonna give us no sex, nothing. Right. And we get this close to the sex, and then it's just like, oh, the phone rings. I was so ready to, like, oh, y'all lying, y'all putting on this facade. She showing up in a jacket, like y'all done spent the whole night together. I just knew they slept together, and it was just like, nope.
Should they end up being together though? You think?
It would make sense, but I was trying to get into why would they choose to not put them together? Like, I'm like, are you trying to say to us as an audience, like they never belong together? Like, even with the rubber band ball, and he was like, get the ultimate prize. Like, he's always, wanted to be with her. Like that was really weird to me. And then just to cut it off to say that this is the final chapter, and he didn't, give us the closure. Either, they got together and it was just like, you know what, hey, we're better off as, it could have been, we were better off as friends. Like, I feel like, we made a mistake, but at least we got it out to know what it is and what it ain't. Like, we just didn't get anything. Like, I felt a little empty with that.
Yeah, like they finally do it, and it's either whack or just not the best. Like, damn, I could have did a better job with my hand or something, But that was gross. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are over 2 hours on this. Yes. Tyra, I had such a fun time.
Me too.
Recapping this with you. I have another project that I want to offer you too. I'll tell you, I don't. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm excited about it. Hopefully you'll say yes, but if not, my feelings not gonna be hurt. Zia says we need a season 2.
Yes.
We do.
Yes.
We do. So I guess the ways you can do that, guys, is watch the series as much as you can, talk about it on social media, thumbs up this video, share it, comment, all that good stuff. Like, man, you see Brandon, these 2 black people on YouTube, they're great. They're talking about it. Ain't nobody else on YouTube talking about it. Share this video with everybody. So we can, maybe get more of this. Because I didn't think we would get a Best Man Holiday. It was a great movie. I didn't think we was gonna get this, and it was damn good. So, and we, I don't want to see. I mean, Power is cool and BMF and all that, but it's killing people.
Something else.
Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I want to thank y'all again so much for tuning in to The Best Man, the final chapters, recap and review, episodes 1 through 8 live. We really had fun doing this right here. If you love what me and Tyra had to say, you can follow us on social media. Handles are on the screen. Her information is in the description box of this video. And she is also on my channel tab right here, smack dab in the middle. Tyra, what do you have going on your channel right here? Oh, damn, your girl 6 videos doing well.
Yes.
And thin line between. Okay, yeah, nice. But yeah, go ahead and talk about yourself. What you got going on over here?
Oh man, I got some wonderful stuff. Like B just said, go check out my girl 6. I opened the video as a phone sex operator, so that is awesome. Go and check out my Thin Line Between Love and Hate, Losing. Like, there is like a plethora. Like, the throwbacks have been performing. I'm so excited for that because that's all I ever wanted. Yes. That's all I ever wanted. So I'm just so glad that it has picked up to the point that I have gotten like 3,000 subs overnight, and this is all from my throwback content and not a contemporary movie. I'm really excited for the pickup for that. But I have so much great stuff coming. New Year's, I believe I will be doing Set It Off. I gotta do a whole skit for that. I gotta get a wig for that.
Can't wait.
Yeah, Set It Off is coming down the pipeline. It's just so much, but I'm just really proud of the growth that the both of us have had this year, especially my little struggling channel. I'm trying to get like B, y'all. Go subscribe.
Oh, stop it. But yeah, ma'am, you deserve it, ma'am. And so your videos get better and better. I did see your skit though at the very beginning. I didn't finish the girl 6. My phone rang or something. But it was great. And so y'all make sure you subscribe to Tyra's channel if you have not. Let's help this woman get to 13,000 subscribers. As far as myself is concerned, yesterday I had Moving News Roundup show number 89. Talked about everything you see on the screen right here. Also, got my review for the latest I Want to Dance with Somebody, Whitney Houston by Optic.
Trash.
You saw it? Are we going to get a review?
Yeah. Trash. Well, I'm gonna try to, like, I meant to talk about. That's what I was gonna do. Like, I didn't see your comment until later for us to link up. Like, I was gonna come home and talk about that because y'all tried it. It's coming.
Yeah, they tried it, and it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't the best either.
Yeah, okay.
But again, if you want an audio only version of this Best Man, the final chapters, that will be uploaded by tomorrow on all these platforms right here, as well as SoundCloud. And the next videos is probably going to be my most anticipated movies of 2023. And then I have I got a documentary I'm gonna review for you guys. It's called what is it called? Deconstructing Karen. It's this brown lady and this black lady that invite all these white ladies over to dinner and just grill them at the table about their white privilege.
Oh, B, you have a super chat.
I do. I thank you. I almost forgot. Thank you. From Natalie, can we rate the characters 1 through 4, men, women? 1 through 4. Help me out, Tyra. What am I missing?
I believe it's because it's for women and for men, so they want us to rate rate them. My number one in the women is definitely Shelby. I say Shelby. I don't know, Robyn, Shelby, Candace.
I say Candace, Shelby.
And I say Shelby, Candace. Robyn just made me mad taking that baby to Ghana. Like I just can't. Jordan Robyn, because how dare you take the baby away from the father? Like I just can't.
So for me, Candace, Shelby, Jordan, and Robyn. Robyn is last for that. The men, Murch, Q, Lance, Harper.
Yeah, I say Q, Murch, Lance, Harper.
Gotcha. We both have Robyn and Harper at the bottom. Yeah, and Mara, Natalie, thank you so much for the super chat, ma'am. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. And Mara Sharice, yes, it is great. It was y'all. I was laughing because they just letting the white woman have it. Like you don't get like. I don't want to ruin it for you, but it's good. We're gonna talk about it. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that I'm Brandon, that's Tyra, and that's just our opinion. Peace out, and we'll see you next time.